Hello and welcome back. In this video we will be talking about how to create a custom notification and how to subscribe to a notification as a user. This video assumes that you are familiar with the concept of an asset and the concept of a data point under an asset, as those terms will be used within this video. Let's get started. In order to get to where you would create a new notification, we go up underneath the Settings tab at the top of the application and choose Notifications. The following window will launch. We see that there are some that already exist. We're not going to pay a whole lot of attention to those. We're going to create our own new one. A notification in StatusWatch is comprised of 4 elements. They are a data point, which is the specific individual element in the StatusWatch application that is being monitored, a duration in this column here, which indicates how long that specific data point must be active before the notification will fire, a description field, which is the optional message text that gets appended to the notification, any additional information that needs to go along with the notification to the recipient, and also this optional interval field here, which indicates the repetition interval of the notification, meaning if the data point is active and fires, how many more times and how often should this notification fire if it remains active for a certain number of minutes or seconds. Let's go ahead and create a new one, and we'll go into more detail. When we hit the Add button here, we'll add a new one to the bottom of our list. We click on it to bring it up here into edit mode at the top of the notifications window. We see that by default we have no asset chosen, no data point. Let's go down to our test lathe and we'll choose bad states. Okay. Now, this notification will now fire when any of our bad states in our bad states data point group become active for 1 minute or longer. Here's our duration field, and if we want to set it to be instantaneous, we set it for a 0 duration. That means that the notification would fire immediately upon any of those states becoming active. A repetition interval of 1 means it will fire again every 1 minute thereafter, so long as any of those bad states remain true. Let's go ahead and set that for something more reasonable, like 10 minutes. Finally, our text here on the side says that the data point on the asset has been active since the start time, and down here at the bottom we have a list of all the substitution tokens that can be put in this description field. The point in curly braces, the word point, indicates the name of the specific continuous Boolean data point that's being monitored. In this case it would say bad states on test lathe active since, and insert whatever the start time is where that became active. We could replace that with our own text and say instead bad states is active, oh no. And that text would be sent along with the notification. The way this reads now is that when any of the data points within the data point group bad states on our machine called test lathe becomes active, instantaneously a message will be sent to any subscribed users, and every 10 minutes thereafter that the bad states remains active, that same notification will be sent as well. And the text being sent along with the notification is this sentence, bad states is active, oh no. Now that's a very simple notification, and it's not terribly useful in that we didn't put any of our fun substitution tokens here, and this is hard-coded to say the words bad states. We could make it more flexible using these substitution tokens, but let's leave it simple there. We'll save that. And then let's go into one of our users. For example, this user here. Modify him, and we'll adjust his notifications. We'll see our test lathe bad states is right there at the top of the list. We simply check it, and now he's subscribed. That means that whenever the bad states becomes active, he will immediately be sent a notification saying, bad states is active, oh no. And he will get one every 10 minutes thereafter, so long as bad states remains active. Now, one other parameter that we can adjust with notifications is the active times, and we can give it a calendar that filters it so that, for example, this user may work only first shift, and it's only good for him to get these notifications during his work hours. If we apply the shift 1 calendar, this is a shift that already existed in the system, that means that outside of shift 1 he won't get the notification. In this way we can limit it so that at 3:30 in the morning, when he's home sleeping and everyone in his household is sleeping, his mobile device doesn't start buzzing and tell him that someone on third shift made an error and bad states is active. If it's not within his scope of responsibility, he need not be notified. So there we've filtered it. Now he's subscribed by checking. To unsubscribe, you simply uncheck, and that's all there is to it. That covers notifications. If you'd like to know more about notifications, or specifically the calendars for filtering, you can check the other videos, or we can look to the documentation and that'll go into some more detail. Thank you for your time.